Welcome on the second part of the live seeding training module 16. Now that you know what OHM is, we can continue the training by focusing practical aspects, seed production, and how OHM can be marketed. Finally, I will present some details on the traceability of OHM, what requirements need to be fulfilled when working with OHM, and what tool can support this process. Seed production of OHM involves two main requirements. The heterogeneity of the material must be maintained. The entire process must be conducted under organic farming conditions. Since OHM production is relatively new, seed production practices are still evolving. One method is to maintain OHM as a bulk population. Another approach is dynamic management, which is particularly suitable if the OHM consists of a mixture of lines and populations. In this case, the lines can be maintained separately, and OHM seed can be created by combining these separately produced seeds. It is important to note that OHM seeds production typically involves farm-stayed seed. Regarding the maintenance of heterogeneity, a crucial step is the elimination of off-types. Plants with different characteristics or even different species must be removed from the material during the seed production process. Due to the genetic diversity and dynamic nature of OHM, changes in its characteristics are expected over time. Therefore, maintenance is only required when possible. A phenotypic and agronomic description of the OHM can serve as a useful guideline for its maintenance if and when it is needed. On this slide, you can see the OHMs currently notified in Europe. The main crops are wheat, rye, maize, and beans, and there are also some vegetable OHMs listed. These OHMs are available on the market. Now I would like to share some information about the market aspects of OHM. As mentioned earlier, OHM is not considered a variety in the traditional sense, and the US criteria are not applicable. Instead, OHM is subject to a notification process. This means that the seed of OHM may be marketed after submitting a descriptive dossier to the competent authority. The descriptive dossier must contain the following relevant information about the OHM: phenotypic and agronomic characteristics, type of technique used for selection and production, the parental material, selection and management practices at the farm, and country and year of production, including the specific climatic and soil conditions. Once the notification is accepted, OHM seeds can be marketed. There is no requirement for OHM to be certified according to conventional seed certification rules in order to be marketed. However, OHM must still meet minimum standards for seed health, analytical purity, and germinations. Operators are responsible for ensuring compliance with these basic quality requirements. That said, the delegated regulation allows for marketing of OHM seed even below the minimum germination standard, but in this case, the actual germination rate should be indicated on the label or packaging. In terms of seed packaging, a distinction is made between small and large packages. Small packages may be packed without any special sealing. In contrast, large packages must be sealed in a way that any attempt to open them leaves visible evidence of tampering on the packaging. A special labeling is required for OHM seed packages. A yellow label with a green diagonal cross must be affixed to the package, providing the necessary information: name of OHM, name and address of the operator or seed producer, country of production, etc. This information may also be printed directly on the package, in which case the green cross on yellow background is not required. For small transparent packages, the label may be placed inside the package, provided that it's clearly legible. By way of derogation from the standard provisions, OHM seed may be supplied directly to the end users in unmarked and unsealed packaging. The maximum quantities and other mandatory requirements are specified in the Delegated Regulation 2021-11-89. So, and now we can, I would like to talk about the traceability. Traceability means to track the origin, movement, and history of seedlots of plant material that exhibit diverse characteristics within a population, which includes documenting the organic production process, breeding methods, and phenotypic traits. Effective traceability is crucial for maintaining the integrity of organic farming and ensuring the quality and reliability of OHM seed. Therefore, operators are required to keep the following documents for 5 years: a copy of the notification file, a copy of the declaration made in the context of organic certification controls, a copy of the organic certificate, and information allowing the identification of operators. In addition, OHM operators must maintain an accessible and up-to-date register containing key information about each notified OHM, including species and denomination of the OHM, type of technique used for the production of OHM, description of the notified OHM, place of breeding, and place of production area of the notified OHM, and quantities produced of the notified OHM. OHM seeds cannot be identified based on their appearance, therefore traceability becomes essential. Traceability is especially valuable for heterogeneous materials like composite cross populations, and still useful for dynamic population, as it helps overcome the challenge of visual identification and changes caused by natural selection. As a part of the live seeding project, a new digital tool was developed, OHM Track, designed to assist breeders, seed producers, seed traders, and authorities in ensuring the traceability and notification of OHM. And OHM Track serves as a digital tool to support the breeders, seed producers, seed traders, and authorities in tracking OHM traceability, trace seed lot exchange between different organizations, and streamline the OHM notification process. More detailed information about OHM Track can be found in Live Seeding Training Module 17 by Diego Guidotti. And we have learned a lot about OHM during the 2 units of training material, training modules, so we know what is OHM, why it is good to produce, how can we produce OHM seed, and how can we track OHMs. So if you would like to check your knowledge, please fill the quiz, and thank you for your attention.